Africa, home to the fastest growing youth population. It is predicted that by 2030 the number will have increased by 42%. Does the continent provide enough conducive spaces for young people to excel? Are African leaders aligned to the needs of its large youth demographic? Watch African Perspective this Wednesday on SABC News, Channel 404.
All right, so controversy continues to plague the multi-million rand taxi rank in Bloemfontein. The more than 400 million rank remains one of the country's most expensive white elephants. We'll move to that, but we do have Tsepiso Makwetla. You saw that clip, and we're talking about African Perspective. She is the anchor, and you have a double bumper show again.
We have a 1 hour show today, and it's good because it's the last one for the year until we go on the festive season break, but more importantly because we're speaking to a bunch of vibrant young people, and we'll be asking them the question whether the current leadership is listening to and meeting the needs of Africa's largest demographic, which is the youth, of course. It's said that the world over, that the whole number of the youth demographic is about 1.8 billion, and you can imagine most of that, 90% of them, are in developing nations. And we'll also be looking at where are the best places for youth to be on the continent. I mean, the world over, it said a country like Germany is at the top, but if you look at where the bottom end is, Africa is mainly there. Cote d'Ivoire, Chad, Central African Republic, those are the countries that are at the lowest rung of the Youth Development Index.
And so that youth bulge is often said to be a resource, but not if young people get restless.
Absolutely, because the question we're asking is whether or not there is ample opportunity for the youth in general. We're not talking only about employment, but their enjoyment of health, well-being, whether or not there is social engagement that is available to them. Are they involved in the design and execution, the implementation of policies that are aimed to meet their challenges? And the most fascinating question is, as we all know, Francis, in Africa, the average age of a president on the continent is way beyond what a young person can relate to. So why do we still not have presidents in the ages of 40, 30? If the largest demographic is 70% of the population of Africa is made up of youth.
Are there any countries that you look to as leading in this?
So we, as I mentioned, we'll be looking at the various countries. I mean, if we look at, in terms of population group, the highest number on the continent is Nigeria, and one of those who'll be joining us is a learner, a student at the African Leadership Academy who's actually from Nigeria. So he'll be talking to us about his experiences and also public service, why the state of public service is what it is and what can we do as young people to fix that. We'll also be speaking to the SRC president, incoming SRC president at Wits University. You know that the whole fees must fall thing has been huge in South Africa, and it's all about the curriculum. What does it empower, embolden young people to do? We'll also be speaking to an entrepreneur who, this is what young people are faced with. If they're going to create a better life for themselves, if they're going to improve their livelihood, entrepreneurship is top of that list. So we'll be speaking to him as well.
A great topic. Thank you very much. Don't miss African Perspective with Tsepiso Makwetla.